It's Friday, September 19th, and this is the Echo Press Newsminute for the week of September 14th through the 20th. I'm Lisa Johnson. Here are the top stories in Wednesday's issue. Patriotism shone through a foggy morning in Alexandria Thursday, September 11th, in remembrance of the 2,977 people who died in the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks. The 9th annual ceremony in Alexandria took place in the open field across from 3M. One flag was placed in the field for every person who was killed. A large flag was also waving from an Alexandria Fire Department ladder truck. Several flags were placed along the perimeter of the field. From far away, the Memorial Edition flags looked like they were faded, but they're not. The stripes were made with lighter shades of red so people could read the names of all the victims who died in the attacks. Scouts from Carlos Miltona Troop 496 helped with the program that followed a timeline of what happened on that morning at the World Trade Center in New York 24 years ago. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum has more information about the attacks, and we have more details in the paper. Homecoming Week, a long-standing tradition for many high schools around the nation, is being celebrated 3 weeks in a row at 3 different local high schools. Alexandria Area High School kicked off its Homecoming Week Sunday, September 14th, with the Powder Puff football game and the Powder Puff volleyball games. Our story includes a look at the activities for homecomings in Alexandria, Osakis High School, and Brandon Evansville High School. The name may have been tweaked a little, but Alexandria Technical and Community College's annual Diversity Fest, established in 2022, will still be providing food, music, and a celebration of cultures Thursday, September 18th. Cindy Harstead, Director of Student Activities at ATCC, says the event is still presented by the Alexandria Diversity Fest, but, quote, global bites and beats better captures the joyful spirit and dynamic energy of what the day is all about, delicious food and lively music from around the world. Nicole Aber, Director of Marketing and Communications at ATCC, says food and music are universal. Every culture has them, and they're also unique. I think there's something in both music and food that we connect with on a deeper level. Even if it's new to us, we know good food when we see it, smell it, taste it, and we know good music when we hear it and feel it. Harstead concurs. Tasting foods or hearing music from different cultures, she says, helps people learn about each other and feel more open and respectful. Music can move us, and food can comfort us. Together, they help people bond and make lasting memories. If you've ever wanted to learn about some of the newer technologies for living a greener lifestyle, plan on attending the Outdoor Green Solutions Expo, Saturday, September 20th in Alexandria. Erica Johnson, one of the event organizers, said the expo will highlight many new available technologies for those who are looking at transitioning to greener living. The goal of the event, according to Johnson, is to educate and introduce the community to rechargeable tools, lawn and garden equipment, e-bikes, electric vehicles, and other eco-friendly options. Attendees at the event will have the opportunity to learn about and test drive electric vehicles and e-bikes and to try out the various electric equipment. The keynote speaker is Paul Douglas, a well-known meteorologist and author. In addition, members from the Douglas County Master Gardeners program are hosting a hands-on children and adult activity to learn about caring for and maintaining a pollinator garden. In life, read our wrap-up of the Grape Stomp. In 2000, just 1 year after Carlos Creek Winery opened its doors as the 6th winery in Minnesota, the very first food and wine festival took place with the very first grape-stomping event. Now, 25 years later, Carlos Creek Winery's Grape Stomp Festival has grown into the largest grape-stomping event in Minnesota, with thousands of people attending. Actually, it's now the largest grape stomp in the nation, according to Carlos Creek Winery's Facebook page. Organizers were excited about the turnout to the stomp. Thank you for the best 25th anniversary grape stomp we could have imagined, Carlos Creek said in a Facebook post. We love you, Grape Stomp fam. See you next year for even more fun. The 25th or silver anniversary was celebrated in shiny, sparkly, and silvery shirts, skirts, and dresses, silver hair, flashy silver accessories, and even some tinfoil hats. Some folks even dressed as the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, and we have lots of photos on our website. In sports, the Alexandria girls tennis team remains undefeated with 16 straight wins. You can save money by subscribing to the newspaper, and we're also offering digital memberships to access the paper online. Stop by our offices at 1920 Turning Leaf Lane Southwest, Suite 12 in Alexandria, or give us a call. The Echo Press, giving information life since 1891. Here are the top stories in Friday's issue. A judge has granted permission to look into the alleged disciplinary reports of a former Douglas County deputy. It's linked to a DWI case in which the deputy was an arresting officer. Concurrently, dozens of cases involving former Deputy Corey Sammons have been dismissed based on prosecutorial discretion and in some cases, quote, in the interest of justice. That's according to Douglas County District Court documents. Sammons is no longer employed by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. When contacted by the Echo Press, Sammons says he's not sure what's going on. Quote, I've heard nothing about this from the Sheriff's Office or the county attorney, he says. He added that he left the deputy job on his own. You can read our story for more details. Students at Carlos Elementary School tested their art-making skills by painting a mural on the side of their school building last week. The goal is for every student to paint, says Megan Denny, art specialist at Carlos Elementary. We've made a lot of progress, and it's been really fun to hear what the kids have to say as they're painting, says Chelsea Falk, the artist who helped create the mural, which is called Through a Child's Eyes. In addition to the painting, the students also had input into the mural's design. We had a survey last spring with questionnaires asking, what is Carlos Elementary to you? What are the colors that you think of? And then they filled out the survey and did sketches, says Denny. Those sketches were developed into 2 designs, which the students voted on. Falk traced the design onto the school building using VR technology, and the students filled it in with help from Falk, Denny, Noni Bjorklund, and Rhea Northington. The mural was made possible by a grant from the Lake Region Arts Council through the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. In an email to the Echo Press, Denny wrote, "This mural is more than paint on a wall. It's our community's story." Over 120 students, along with alumni, artists, and volunteers, came together to create something lasting that reflects both our school and the heart of Carlos. A groundbreaking ceremony was held Wednesday, September 17th, for an $80 million infrastructure project for the Alexandria Lake Area Sewer District Water Reclamation Facility. This is an exciting day, and it represents not just the start of construction, but the future of our district and the community at large, says Scott Gilbertson, Executive Director at ALASD. Roger Thalman, chairman of the group's board of directors, added, I want to thank the board for having the foresight to look ahead on this project. This is a lot of money, more than anything this board has ever dealt with before. Gilbertson says, together we're confident this project will position ALASD going forward for the next 30 to 40 years. The project has been likened to open-heart surgery on the facility, says Gilbertson. We're going to be digging up a facility that has to continue to function 24/7, 365, he says. We've got to keep treatment processes going. Retired Lutheran pastor Denise Krosky was out for a walk on a recent windy morning, and not surprisingly, she was thinking about the upcoming 150th anniversary of Trinity Lutheran Church in Home City, a congregation she served for 16 years, including the years of the 125th and the 140th anniversaries. The 150th anniversary celebration is planned for Sunday, September 21st at the church, starting with services at 10 a.m. 150 years of a community celebrating and worshiping in a church. Do you think that kind of sinks into the walls of a building? Krosky answers without hesitation. Oh, definitely yes, she says. It's a joy to see that God has, through famines and pioneers who settled the area, and world wars and locusts and all kinds of things, and the church has survived, which shows the faith of the people and God working in the community and Trinity Lutheran Church. The church was established in 1875, Krosky says, because the pioneers thought it important that their children be baptized and confirmed, and that marriages took place, if not in an actual church setting, at least with a pastor performing the rites. They had no money whatsoever, she says, can you imagine? And they built a church. Education and faith were the two strongest things. That's part of the reason, a big part of the reason, that they moved to the United States from other countries. In life, read about the Legacy of the Lakes Museum in Alexandria. It's part of a series that looks into hidden gems in Minnesota. Perhaps no three words sum up the experience of Minnesota like at the lake. For folks who treasure those three little words for whatever reason, there's no place like Alexandria's Legacy of the Lakes Museum. The museum opened in its current incarnation in 2006, but it actually began as the Minnesota Lakes Maritime Society over 10 years earlier. The museum opened in the fall of 2004 at the Runestone Museum and reopened in August of 2006 in their current home on 3rd Avenue West. In 2008, we broke ground on the North Gallery expansion, continues the website, which now houses inboard boats from the Mammal Collection, our Chris Craft and Garwood historical exhibits, as well as special exhibits. The space is also used to host events and has direct access to the Legacy Gardens. In 2016, we changed our name to Legacy of the Lakes Museum to better communicate and reflect our mission. The Boathouse, an indoor event center, was added to our campus in 2018. This refurbished building has an indoor event hall, bathrooms, and bridal suite green room. The space is available for rent for weddings, corporate events, family gatherings, and more. It's also a space for the museum to hold educational programs. In sports, the Alexandria boys soccer team defeated Brainerd but fell to St. Cloud Apollo. Opinion page items for the week include an Echo Press editorial listing thumbs up and thumbs down, an editorial about Minnesota being a good place for women to retire, an In the Know column about the passing of a good friend, our history column, a commentary about supporting young people, and letters about boiling a frog, preventing violence on college campuses, and protecting the earth. I'm Lisa Johnson. This is the Echo Press News Minute for the week of September 14th through the 20th. The Echo Press News Minute is produced by Al Edenloff and Lisa Johnson. The Echo Press, giving information life since 1891.